You can talk MPG, horsepower, or tech all you want, but this fight's been personal for decades. Toyota and Honda have been trading blows like it's a family feud. And now, it's 2026, and things just got interesting. What's up? It's Luke from CarLandTV, and we're breaking down the all-new RAV4 and CR-V, and see which compact SUV actually deserves your garage space in 2026. But first, do me a quick favor, tap that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. It ain't required, but those clicks keep this thing rolling and make it easier for me to keep dropping solid car content straight to your screen. Now, let's get back into it. The battle everyone saw coming. I'm kicking this off by setting the stakes. These two aren't hype projects or niche picks. They're the compact SUVs that everyday folks actually buy, trade, and recommend to their cousins at cookouts. The RAV4 is still the sales bully, topping US SUV charts through 2025 and moving serious volume while Toyota doubles down on hybrids. The CR-V keeps sliding in as the sensible assassin, updated for 2026, with trims that lean hard on the hybrid setup and a cabin that feels grown. No cap. This is the matchup most shoppers end up cross-shopping, whether they plan to or not. Let's be clear about what each brand is bringing. Toyota's 2025 RAV4 hybrid posts an EPA 41 city, 38 highway, 40 combined, and gives you straightforward capability with available all-wheel drive and the usual Toyota resale strength. Honda counters with the 2026 CR-V hybrid at an EPA estimated 43 inches the city, 36 on the highway, 40 combined for front-wheel drive, and 40 miles per gallon combined for all-wheel drive. Fuel costs are neck and neck in the real world, but those numbers explain why both of these trims end up on so many shortlists for commuters who rack up miles. Bet you'll feel that at the pump by month 2. Space matters, and this is where Honda quietly cooks. With the rear seats up, CR-V gives you about 39.3 cubic feet of cargo room and up to 76.5 cubic feet max. RAV4 lands around 37.6 behind the second row and 69.8 max. That's weekend trip friendly either way. But if you're hauling strollers or a Costco run plus sports gear, the extra CR-V volume hits differently. Safety and polish are part of the vibe check. The 2025 CR-V nails good scores in key IIHS crash tests, while the 2025 RAV4 shows strengths with some mixed results in the updated procedures. Translation for real buyers. Both bring modern driver assists standard, but if you're ranking test data with a fine-tooth comb, the Honda edges the perception game while Toyota leans on reputation and volume. We'll dig deeper, but that's the landscape before we even pop the hood. Who got the glow up? I'm looking at these two from the curb first. RAV4 still hits with that squared, trail-ready stance, chunkier fenders, and the adventure divided by TRD off-road vibe that screams weekend dirt roads. CR-V plays it cleaner and longer, with a lower beltline and a front end that matches the current Civic and Accord family look. If you care about clearance for ruts and steep driveways, the RAV4's around 8.4 inches keeps you safer from scrapes, while the CR-V sits lower at 7.8 for front-wheel drive and 8.2 for all-wheel drive. That's not a theory. Those numbers matter when you nose into a rough parking lot or hit a snow berm. Cabin check. Toyota gives you a straightforward cockpit with physical knobs where you need them, and the option to step up to a 10.5-inch center screen, plus a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. Honda counters with a standard 9-inch touchscreen across the 2026 lineup, wireless Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. Auto on all trims, and a 10.2-inch digital cluster on upper trims. If you're big on built-in tech, the CR-V Sport Touring Hybrid also brings Google built-in, so you can run Assistant and Maps natively. No kidding, that's clutch for road trips when your phone's dying. Space and practicality decide a lot of family buys. With seats up, the RAV4 gives you about 37.5 to 37.6 cubic feet and 69.8 cubes max with seats down. The CR-V gas model offers 39.3 cubic feet behind the second row and up to 76.5 cubes max. Most hybrid trims still clear over 71 cubes. Translation for real life. Strollers, coolers, and Costco hauls fit easier in the Honda, while the Toyota's still generous and easier to load than a lot of rivals. Materials and touch points seal the feel. RAV4's Softex upholstery and the available 12.3-inch cluster make it look pricier than the base, and Toyota's layout keeps the learning curve short. CR-V's cabin feels calmer, with that metal mesh vent strip, better sightlines, and a center console that swallows bottles, cables, and snacks without drama. If I'm picking purely on design, polish, and cabin tech, I lean CR-V. If I want tougher vibes and a cabin that's easy to clean after a muddy trail day, I lean toward the RAV4. Performance and powertrain. Here's how I break it down when I'm test driving back-to-back. The 2025 RAV4 gas runs a 2.5-liter 4 with about 203 horsepower through an 8-speed automatic, and it feels fine around town but wakes up only when you dig in. Step into the RAV4 hybrid, and it gets snappier. With a combined 219 horsepower from the 2.5 plus Toyota's electric motors. The RAV4 Prime plug-in is the cheat code at roughly 302 horsepower and serious low-end shove. No cap, that thing jumps. Honda plays it differently. The CR-V 1.5 tons sits at about 190 horsepower with a CVT, and it's tuned for smoothness, not drama. The hybrid is the sweet spot for Honda, using a 2-liter Atkinson 4 paired to a dual-motor eCVT for a combined figure around 204 horsepower. It doesn't hit as hard off the line as the Toyota hybrids, but the torque delivery is clean, and the cabin stays quieter when you lean on it. If you live in a stop-and-go, the Honda tune feels relaxed and grown. AWD behavior isn't the same either. Gas RAV4S can get Toyotas available. Dynamic torque vectoring all-wheel drive with rear driveline disconnect, which can push more power to the back when you need a bite, then coast efficiently when you don't. RAV4 Hybrid uses an electric rear motor for on-demand all-wheel drive, so traction comes in quickly without waiting on clutches. The CR-V's real-time all-wheel drive is predictable and confidence-building on wet roads, but it feels more conservative on dirt and ruts compared to the Toyota setups. Numbers to keep in your head. RAV4 Hybrid typically beats the gas CR-V on straight-line punch. The Prime walks both by a mile, and towing favors Toyota at up to 3,500 pounds on the right trim, while most CR-V builds live at 1,500. If you want calm and consistent, Honda. If you want pop and capability, Toyota. The smart behind the wheel. Dash time. Toyota's setup on the 2025 RAV4 brings wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a responsive 10.5-inch center screen on upper trims, plus cloud-based nav and a decent voice assistant. Menus are straightforward, latency stays low, and physical knobs keep volume and temp changes quick. That combo works when you're bouncing between podcasts, Waze, and calls without babysitting the UI. Honda's 2026 CR-V keeps the interface clean and steady. Most trims run a 9-inch touchscreen with wireless phone mirroring. The Sport Touring Hybrid adds Google built-in, so Maps and Assistant live on the car even when your phone is dead. The 10.2-inch digital cluster on higher trims reads crisp, and the lane change camera prompts are consistent. No cap, daily usability stays high because Honda limits buried submenus. Driver assist gear comes standard on both. RAV4's Toyota Safety Sense 2.5 includes full-speed adaptive cruise, lane tracing, lane departure alert with steering assist, road sign assist, and auto high beams. CR-V's Honda Sensing brings collision mitigation braking, adaptive cruise with low-speed follow, lane keeping, traffic sign recognition, and traffic jam assist on select trims. Highway miles feel calmer in either one, and stop and go is less annoying when the car handles spacing cleanly. Scores and hardware matter for families. IIHS testing puts recent CR-V models in a strong place on crashworthiness and crash avoidance. The current RAV4 posts solid results with some mixed marks in the latest updated procedures. Both SUVs give you the key sensor standard. Both offer 360-view cameras on higher trims, and both support over-the-air updates for infotainment fixes. If I'm ranking tech polish for commuters and road trip crews, CR-V's Google integration is the cheat, while RAV4's simpler menu flow and broader camera availability make ownership easy. Trims, price, and real value for money. Sticker math first. The 2025 RAV4 lineup starts at about $29,800 for LE, $31,310 for XLE, $34,200 for XLE Premium, with the hybrid LE at $32,850 and the RAV4 Prime SE at $44,815. Honda's 2026 CR-V opens at $30,920 for LX, $33,150 for EX, then the Sport Hybrid at $35,630 with higher hybrid trims above that. If you're trying to land hybrid performance without jumping to a plug-in, Toyota's hybrid buy-in is lower than Honda's typical hybrid trims, which changes the math fast for commuters. What you get for free matters. Every new Toyota includes Toyota Care for 2 years or 25,000 miles of scheduled maintenance, plus roadside assistance for 2 years, unlimited miles. Honda's Service Pass covers the basics for 1 year or 12,000 miles on 2025 and 2026 models. That's oil, tire rotations, and inspections, but the window is shorter. Over a typical first 2 years, Toyota covers more visits, which trims real ownership cost. Warranties are basically even. Both brands run 3 years or 36,000 miles basic, and 5 years or 60,000 miles powertrain. Hybrid components are typically 8 years or 100,000 miles on Honda, while Toyota adds a separate 10-year or 150,000-mile hybrid battery warranty on recent models. Bet that longer battery coverage calms range anxiety for used market shoppers later. Resale is where Toyota usually cooks. IC Cars pegs the RAV4's 5-year depreciation at around 30% versus roughly 34 to 35% for CR-V. KBB's 2025 Best Resale Value lists both nameplates among top performers, but Toyota as a brand also took the overall resale crown for the model year. Translation for your wallet. A typical RAV4 should leave more money on the table when you trade out. My take on value tiers. If you want the lowest hybrid entry and stronger resale, RAV4 Hybrid LE or XLE is the play. If you want a calmer drive and the nicest cabin tech baked in, CR-V Sport Hybrid or EXL hits clean, even if the upfront is a touch higher. Who got the bag? After running both hard, I'm calling it the 2026 Honda CR-V edges out the 2025 Toyota RAV4 overall. Here's why. Honda dialed in refinement this time. The ride feels smoother, steering is tighter, and the cabin insulation kills a lot of the drone you still get in the RAV4 at highway speeds. The hybrid system's transition between gas and electric is cleaner too. In everyday traffic, that seamless feel makes it easier to live with. Add the bigger cargo hold, the cleaner interior layout, and that built-in Google setup on top trims, and you've got a crossover that just feels more modern and more put together. That said, Toyota's still the safer long-term bet for folks who plan to keep their rig past 100K. The RAV4's powertrain lineup is deeper, with gas, hybrid, and the plug-in prime flexing 302 horsepower if you want extra punch. Its resale and long-term reliability records are ridiculous, and Toyota Care gives you double the free maintenance coverage Honda does. The RAV4 is just built tougher. You can tell from the ground clearance to the way the all-wheel drive system hooks up when things get slick. So here's my take, no fluff. The Honda CR-V wins for comfort, tech, and refinement. The Toyota RAV4 wins for capability, variety, and long-term value. But if I'm buying today, I'm going for the CR-V. It's the smarter daily driver, especially if you care about interior space and a calmer hybrid drive. The RAV4 is still a beast, just not the better all, rounder in 2026.